So you can start with the editing, because what content actually going to be provided for your learners. You are a teacher, you have to decide it which content going to provided for your learners. For that, we can click on editor. There is a in top. There are so many options are there. First, start with assigning a video to your students. Then there is a edit option is there. Then share preview to your any students, or whether you going to visible your video content to public or only the private. Okay, so first of all you can click edit buttons. So there is a option called cut. Okay, there are three options over in top of the videos. So cut, because you are looking into some portion of the content from this video. That is a mail merge concept. Okay, so the particular portion only you have to upload it for your learners, means you have to grab. Okay, you can start video. After that you can the particular portions will be cut for your learners. So there is an option called add cut. So I can started to cut this particular portions. So there is a only particular specific portions so you have to use it for your learners. Then another option is called voice over. There is another option called voice over, because this video is voice from someone else. Basically, learners should very closely associated with the known voice, so that there is a one very good features added in this vessels voice over concept. So you can use your own voice for your learners, so that here the red button is called start recording. You can start recording means automatically your voice going to be recorded for this particular video. Now, because the learners always very close associated with known voice. So as a teacher, voice means definitely very easily understand and associated with the learning. So there is a called once your voice is get over, you can stop recording. So now your video is your content is ready with your voice. Okay, so your completely your video portion is get ready. Then the very important features over here, the another option called questions. So not only listening or playing the video content by the learners, during the listening times or during the time, we have to set some questions for assessment, whether ensure that learners should properly learn the content or watching the content properly or not. So that is a very, very important concept in this adversarial environment. So once click on the questions tag, there is an option called multiple choice questions. You can add one question as called multiple choice questions. Then another one is a open-ended questions. You can add some notes. There is a video content. What is the objectives of the video content after playing that or listening this video? What is expected from the learners? So you have to put here as a note. Okay. So for example, I can click multiple choice questions. Okay. So here you can put your questions. For example, what is the purpose of my mail merge contents? Okay. For example, I can type to one content. Choose any one. There is an option. For example, you can first option is A, second one is B. Second, you can add any number of options. Okay. For example, C and D. So after assigning the options, you can choose any one answer. Option is a correct one. For example, I can use B as a correct one. So once select the options answer, then you can save. So automatically in between learn the questions, multiple choice question is visible to learners after attending the answers. Then continue the listening the videos. After sometimes you can use some other question assessment, open-ended questions. So for example, you can click open-ended questions. You can give what is the benefits of so either response as a audio voice or any through text messages. There is an option called allow the audio responses. So listeners are nowadays are very interested to learn particular things mean very interactive. So you can through audio responses are allowed means people are interested to responding. So that there is a one option called allow the audio responses. So then continue your content. There is another one more options called note. At the, for example, at the end of or beginning of the video or end of the video, you as a teacher or you have to add some content over the particular video. Okay. So the either you can add through some text mode or otherwise you can click on here to recording your voice. What is the expected outcome of this particular video from the learners. So there is an option called okay, then save. Okay, once your content is absolutely ready, means you can finish. So now your video is completely ready. You can assigning your learners. Okay. So how do you assigning the video to particular students community or any particular students? Okay. There is a option called assign. Okay. So click on assign. There is I already created a, embedding with my class students. So you can add new class. Okay. So you click on add new class. There is a LMS systems are available like Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, Clever, Moodle. So plenty of LMS systems supported where your learner things are available as a group. Okay. So for that reason, you can click, for example, all of you having a Google Classroom account. So that once click the Google Classroom, automatically fetching the whatever groups are maintained in your account, automatically displayed here. Okay. So this video going to be assigned any particular students group. You can click. So after that, you can select which type of what are the subjects. Okay. So this is a way to assigning your video content to the particular students or any group of students. So he in this, I already told that for better understanding or learning, ensuring the learning of the particular students, whether you are preventing skipping or not. Okay, prevent skipping is on means learners should completely watching the videos. Okay, so these are the features are available in the Edbustles. So once you are assigning the video content to the particular students group, you can easily tracking the whether learning is happening, what is the status of individual students, whether watching your video content, whether the attended or the assessment on time. So these are the various informations are collected or tracked by the teachers. So that is a very in this particular tool support lot for organizing and tracking this learners ability and whether you are completed or not on time, watching the video completely or not, take place all the assessment take place or not. Okay, everything is very easily tracked single handedly. Okay, for example, already I posted some video content to my students, our starting date, due date, some how many students are turned on. Well, because my video content is assigned to actually 49 students. Out of 49, 28 turn on to watch my videos and attending the. So there is a how many students are there and what are the students are added in this group, then their performance. So here also You can download the gradebook after attending the your video content or assessment. You can simply download the gradebook as a Excel sheet for better understanding the learner's mindset. Okay. So this is a one tool, very easy and free of cost online tool to managing your learners' abilities. Okay. Now I'm coming back to another tool called hot potatoes. Okay. So it is a one applications available on free of cost. So purpose is to enable to create a interactive web-based teaching exercise which can be delivered to any internet connected computer equipped with the browsers. So in these applications, there are 5 basic applications associated with the hot potato suite, like JQuiz, JClose, JCross, JMax, Mix, and JMatch. Okay. So what are the important features of each and every applications in hot potatoes? So JQuiz is very normal applications. It is a quiz-based questions are set for your learners. There is a questions types including multiple choices, short answers type. Also, you can mentioning the feedback about right answer and wrong answers. Okay, so sometimes there is a students allowed to ask some hint for the, if some difficult questions are asked means students are able to ask for a hint. Okay, so these are the features added in these applications. So next one, JClose is a program for create a gap filling exercises. So that is another important applications. For there are a number of assessment applications for learners in better way to learning the things. So another interesting application supported here, JCross. So you can use it to create crossword puzzles. Okay. So JMix is a jumbled sentence exercise. You can engaging your learners in different way. Definitely, it is very useful for improving. So another application called JMatch. Okay. So it is also matching the exercise. Okay. This is also a very interesting one. So I can go for demonstrating one particular applications that is JCross, crossword puzzles. How do you create a simple crossword puzzles to engaging your learners? So the URL is again, it is also a open source application. So there is a websites called Hot Potatoes websites. There is some installers there for Windows. For example, Hot Potatoes 7.0 installers is the latest versions. It is support for Windows and Linux environment. So once click on this installer, very few seconds to installing your Hot Potatoes applications. So already I installed for the demonstrations. So if people are click this installers link, automatically downloaded the applications, exe files. Once exe file is downloaded in your system, just click and follow the few steps to installing the applications. Very simple way to installing Hot Potatoes. I already installed this application my system. I can straight away open that Hot Potatoes 7.0. So there is a application JClose, JQuiz, JCross. Now I can demonstrate for your purpose JCross. Very interesting application to create a crossword puzzles. So this is a main window. So once click on the manage grid, there is a menu called file, edit, insert, manage grid. So once click on the manage grid, there is a one option called automatic grid maker. Just click on automatic grid maker. Okay. So here you can, first of all, you can what decided that how many questions going to be asked for your learners. Okay. For example, for simple understanding, I can give some basic computer related crossword puzzles. For example, I can first of all you have to give a word answer. Okay. For example, RAM. RAM is my first word. Then mouse. Then virus. Monitor. The CPU and keyword. Keyword. So for the simplicity purpose, I can give only the 6 words: RAM, mouse, virus, monitor, CPU, keyboard. So once enter all the answer, you can make. There is a button called "Make the grid." Okay. Once click the grid, automatically your grid is ready. Uh, so only answer is given. What about the questions? Okay. So for that purpose, you have to click add clues. So add clue is nothing but here you have to list out the questions for the all the answers. Just click on add clues. All the words are listed here. For example, the first one is here mouse. Okay. So once clicks mouse, what is the question expected for the answer mouse? Okay. I already put some words. For example, mouse. So move around the screen. What is the word for move around the screen? Means just once enter the questions, you can click OK. Then move for the second terms. So that is a virus. So virus means malicious program. So that I can put here. Then keyboard. Keyboard is nothing but it is a input device. For example. So next you go for the down. Okay, across and down. There are two options in your grid. So CPU. So CPU means brain of the computer, generally called CPU. So that I can give the clue. Then monitor, it is a output device. Then RAM, now it is considered as here memory. So all the clues, monitors. So every entering every clue, you can click on OK. Okay, then only your clue will be take place. So ensure that all the clues are provided for each answers. Okay. Yes, your clue is already given properly. After that, you can click on OK. Now your crossword puzzles grid is ready for learners. How do you this crossword puzzles provided to the learners? So in this application, you can simply create a web page. So the students students easily interact with your crossword puzzle as a web page. Okay. For that reason, you have to generate the web page. Then go on. For example, before that, you can give a title. For example, computer puzzles. Okay. So after that, you can click file, create web page. There is a standard format. You have to save your as a HTML file. one, click on save. Okay. Very simple steps to generating the crossword puzzles as a web page to your learners. Yes. So this is a page, web page is loaded for learners to allow to interact directly. Okay. So what does the learners going to be done on this assessment? So as a learner, just click on the grid. For example, I click one. So automatically the questions will be displayed automatically. Okay. Once click on the number one. So it is a down. So brain of the computers. So it is a clue. What is the expected answer from learners? Once learners knowing the answer, you just typing here. For example, brain of computer is typing but a CPU already given, right? So once students enter the answer, then enter. Automatically, whatever word letters are entered here, automatically displayed in the according grid. So there are three letters, top to down. So CPU is needed. Okay. Then you can click on option 2. So in option 2, there are two clues. One across, another one is a downside. Okay. So first answer for across. So moved around the screen. So which devices are used to move around your computer screen? It is a mouse. Okay. For that MOUSE, mouse. So automatically the terms are displayed in your accordingly for your grid. So next to move down the same option, output device. So output device on the given monitor, one of the output device, basic or standard output device for computer terminology is a monitor. Okay. So next click on option 3, malicious program. That is answer is virus. Then go for option 4, input device, keyboard. Finally, you can click on the grid of 5. It is a memory. So RAM is one of the memory unit in computer system. So here there is one option called hint. I forgot to tell about the option hint. So suppose this questions students doesn't understanding, that means they are expected some hint. So what is a hint provided here? First click the word start with R. So suppose I wanted to another hint, means you can click hint. The second letter come out. So this is a way you can even bright students or slow learners. You can consider all the part of all the learner community to participating this assessment. What is their level, so that there is a hint is added here. Okay. So after completing all the grid, so then check whether as a learners to check whether things are correct or not. Okay. There is an option called check. Okay. So everything is correct means sometimes I entered some words are wrongly, means for example keyboard is some words are wrongly typed, so that automatically the score will be reduced. Okay. So likewise you can interestingly participated. Participation is very, very important as a teachers wanted to participate. All the students, all the level of students participating the assessment means you have to think about different kind of pedagogy to participating the learning process. If you have any doubt, my anybody having any doubts over the likewise, there are a number of other applications supported. Quiz, mix, matching. Okay, there are 5 different applications supported to engaging your learners for your teaching learning process. So, having any doubt over, please over. So there are 2 topics. Once again, I can. So there are 2 topics covered here. So one is online tool for video editing and managing the learners better way to managing the video content through the Edbustle's tools. The another one is assessment tools. So it is a hot potatoes. It is again open source. You have to download it in your system, and then you can, there are 5 different applications over it, so you can use and engaging your learners in better way. So request to participants, if you have any doubt, you can ask.
Okay, thank you, Siva sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now the session 2 starts.
I invite Dr. C. Chandran to handle the sessions.
Good morning to everyone. Can you view the screen, please? Participants, can you view the screen?
Yes, sir. Started to.
Yes, sir. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about the yes, please.
Sharing, sir.
Can you view the screen?
Sir, no, sir. Your screen is not visible, sir.
So still sharing mode, sir.
Participant, wait a minute. Sir will share their screen.
Okay. Now can you use the screen? Participants, now can you use the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now it's visible.
Thank you very much. Now we are going to see about
Thank you,
our
sir.
two pedagogy methods. In this presentation, we are going to see the following topics. First one is basic terminologies, where the pedagogy methods are used, role of pedagogy methods in teaching, thumbs up and thumbs down method, question patterns in thumbs up and thumbs down, a summative assessment, methods using in summative assessment, then conclusion. These are the basic terminologies we are going to discuss. First one is education versus pedagogy, teaching versus pedagogy, andragogy versus pedagogy, pedagogy approaches, pedagogy tools. Actually, these are the basic terminologies related to pedagogy. First, we are going to see about the education versus pedagogy. Then, what is the relation between education and pedagogy? That's a very important one. First, we are going to see about the education. Actually, education is a much broader term, and also education is a structured one. Education system varies itself based on the current scenario. For example, in the year 1980s, there is no internal marks for the students. But in 1990s, marks 15 to 20 marks awarded to the students. But nowadays, 50 marks awarded to the students. So based on the current scenario, education also varies. For example, up to 2020, all the exams are written in the offline mode. But after 2020, all the exams are written in the online mode. So education always varies itself based on the current scenario. So education is a changeable one. Based on the situation, it changes itself. That is called education. Then come to the pedagogy. Actually, pedagogy is a well-structured and sequential one. That is called as pedagogy. Pedagogy is a structured one, and also it forms some sequential manner. For example, if any personality wants to become a cricket player, at the moment he approaches coach, the first stage. Second stage, the coach analyzes the student in a full manner. Then he gives a coach based on the student's interest. So he follows some steps. So in the same manner, pedagogy also works. That means pedagogy is a structured one, and also it follows some sequential process. So pedagogy is the structured one, and also it's a sequential one. But education means education is a structured one, but it varies according to the situation. Pedagogy is a sequence one, and also it's a structured one. Okay. Then come to the next one is a teaching versus pedagogy. Actually, it's also a very, very important term. What do you mean by teaching? Actually, a teaching is a practical part of the education. Actually, teaching is a practical part of the education, and also it is an implementation part of education process. So generally, a teaching is a practical part, and also it's the implementation part. Okay, then come to the pedagogy. According to the teaching, pedagogy is a theoretical part of education, which helps teachers to know about the students' performance, and also which helps to know about the objective process and outcomes of the teaching process. That's the difference between teaching and pedagogy. Simply, a teaching is the practice part of the education, and also it's used for implementation purpose. And pedagogy is a theoretical part of the education, and also which helps to know about the objective process and outcome of the teaching process. Then we can evaluate the student's performance. That is called as pedagogy. That's the difference between teaching and pedagogy. Okay. Then come to the another term is very, very important term, andragogy versus pedagogy. Actually, generally, the pedagogy is useful for both kids as well as adult students. But andragogy means andragogy only used for adult students only. That is called as andragogy. Actually, for example, andragogy is called as a learned centered approach or learned directed approach. And also andragogy used for adult education, and it is directed towards self-actualization, gaining experience, and problem-solving purpose. Okay, but pedagogy is normally pedagogy is used for both kids as well as adult students, and also pedagogy is an education method that gives guidance for teachers, helps for evaluation and acquisition for knowledge. These are difference between andragogy and pedagogy. Actually, andragogy is a new term. Andragogy is a new term. It is related to pedagogy, but andragogy is useful only for adult students only to evaluate the performance. But pedagogy is a technique which helps to evaluate the kids as well as adult students. That's the difference between andragogy and pedagogy. Andragogy is called as learned centered approach. Okay, pedagogy is called as is an education method which helps to evaluate the students' performance. Then come to the another one is a pedagogy approaches. It's a very, very important one. Actually, there are 5 pedagogy approaches are available. They are a contextualist, collaborative, integrative, reflective, inquiry-based learning. These are the basic 5 pedagogy approaches. The first one is a constructivist. That means it's a classroom environment approach. It's a classroom environment approach. Then a collaborative means it's a critical thinking approach, and also it's a revision approach. Then integrative means it's a prior knowledge acquisition approach. Then come to the reflective means it's a self-learning approach. Then inquiry-based learning means it's a student-centered approach. These are the basic 5 approaches are used in the pedagogy methods. Okay, first one is a constructivist, collaborative, integrative, reflective, inquiry-based learning. These are the basic 5 pedagogy approaches. Then come to the another important term is a pedagogy tool. Actually, pedagogy tool. Pedagogy tool means pedagogy tools are designed to convey some important lessons and allow people to improve their understanding of a program or understanding. Simply with the help of program tools means pedagogy tools are very much helpful to use the pedagogy methods to find the students' performance within a second or within a particular time. So pedagogy tools are very much helpful to evaluate the students' performance within a second or within a time. Okay, so generally in pedagogy tools, totally 31 tools are available in the world. Nowadays, 31 tools available in the world. And come to the pedagogy and teaching. Actually, here the diagram shows here 5 approaches are available. We know the 5 approaches. From the 5 approaches, 31 techniques are derived. From the 31 techniques, 107 classroom strategies are derived. Actually, totally in the world, 31 pedagogy tools are available. 107 pedagogy methods are available. Okay, here from the 5 approaches, the 31 pedagogy tools are derived. From the 31 pedagogy tools, the 107 classroom strategies are derived. For example, 5 approaches mean example, take the integrative approach. From the integrative approach, a KWL technique is used. From the KWL technique, a KWL method is used. Here, integrative means it's one of the approaches. Then KLWL means it's one of the techniques. Then KWL method is one of the classroom strategies. Simply, it's from the approach or tools are derived. From the tools, then pedagogy methods are derived. That's the relationship between the approaches, tools, and the pedagogy methods. Simply no, actually, from the approaches, tools are derived. From the tools, the pedagogy methods are derived. Total 5 approaches are available, 31 tools are available, 107 pedagogy methods are available. The numbers are very, very important. 5 is the approach, 31 is the tool, 107 is the classroom strategies or pedagogy methods. Okay. Another important question. Actually, when the pedagogy method is used and where the pedagogy method is used, it's a very important question. When and where the pedagogy methods are used. Actually, pedagogy methods are 3 types. One is summative pedagogy method. Second one is interim pedagogy method. Third one is formative pedagogy method. First one is formative pedagogy method, interim pedagogy method, then summative pedagogy method. For example, the formative means before giving the lecture, some pedagogy methods are used. That is called as formative pedagogy method. In between the lecture, some pedagogy methods are used. That is called as interim pedagogy method. After completing the lecture, some pedagogy methods are used. That is called as summative pedagogy method. So that's all. There are 3 types of pedagogy methods are used. One is formative, interim, summative. Formative, before the lecture, some pedagogy methods are used. That is called as formative method. In between the lecture, some pedagogy methods are used. That is called as interim pedagogy method. At the end of the lecture, some pedagogy methods are used. That is called as summative pedagogy method. Okay, this is given here before the lecture, between the lecture, end of the lecture. So first one is formative, second one is interim, third one is summative. Then come to the another important term is pedagogy in teaching. Actually, nowadays, all the persons are asking one simple question. Is the pedagogy method is important for teaching? The exact answer is pedagogy is a important method for teaching. That's a simple answer. Actually, if anyone want to become a good teacher, the teacher should follow two things. One is he should master in subject knowledge, and also he should know about the pedagogy method. Then only he will become a good teacher. Actually, the good teacher should know about the subject knowledge. The second one is the good teacher should know about the pedagogy method. Then only she or he will become a good teacher. So pedagogy method is very, very important for the teaching purpose. With the pedagogy method only we can analyze the students' performance. Then come to the another method. This is the first method. And this method is thumbs up and thumbs down method. This method is one of the type of interim method. In between the lecture, we are going to use the thumbs up and thumbs down method. Actually, this is a very, very oldest method in the world. But you know very well, in the world, Finland is the best country for the education purpose. You all know about it. In Finland, this method is using in the primary level to higher standard level also. So this method is very, very simple method, and also it's very, very important method. This method is using in the Finland country from pre-KG to high level degree also. Okay, then come to the thumbs up and thumbs down method. What do you mean by a thumbs up and thumbs down method? For example, when a teacher taking the class, if student having any doubt at the moment, the student should thumbs up his finger. After clarifying the doubt by the teacher, the student his thumbs up down. That's a procedure. Once I repeat it, when a teacher is taking the class, if a student having any doubt at the moment, a student should thumbs up his finger. After clarifying the doubt by the teacher, then only the student thumbs down his finger. That is called as a thumbs up and thumbs down procedure. It's a very, very oldest method. In our country also using the same method. Okay, then come to the another one is what is the motto of the thumbs up and thumbs down method? Here, to get a immediate response or quick response from the students is called as is a motto of the thumbs up and thumbs down method. Okay, here a student asking 4 types of questions. First one is a direct question format. Second one is want to repeat the topic once again. Third one is a regional language mode. Fourth one is slow manner and detailed manner. The student questions are maybe in the following forms. First one is a direct question format. Want to repeat the topic. A regional language mode, slow manner and detailed manner. See here, first one is a direct question format. Here, the direct question may have a single word or single line answer. The direct question may have a single word or single line answer. For example, in a computer science department, which one is the latest processor? We can simply say i7. So it's a direct question format. The second one is in commerce, which book is the best for marketing management? The answer is Cliff Kotler. So it's also comes under the direct question format. In physics, what is energy equation? It's a simple question. So these are comes under a direct question format. Okay, here the question may have only single word or single line answer. That is called as direct question format. Okay, then come to the second type of question. Here, want to repeat the topic. That means some topics are need to be explained in detailed manner for the purpose of understanding. That type of topics may be taken once again. Suppose, for example, in computer science, a point is a set of tough one. So students want to repeat the topic. In commerce, what's the difference between pledge and mortgage? It's a difference. It's a confused one. So students request once again the topic. Third in physics, what do you mean by quantum theory? It's also a tough one. So these are comes under want to repeat the topic. If the topic is tough at the moment, students want to repeat the topic once again. It's a second type of thumbs up and thumbs down method. And third one means a regional language mode. Actually, that means some of the topics need to be explained in regional language is better to understand. For example, in computer science, a page replacement is a tough one. So students want to take the topic in the Tamil language. And also in commerce, cash flow fund flow is a tough one. So the students wants to take the topic in the Tamil language. In physics, relativity theory is a tough one. So students want to take the topic in the Tamil language. So if the concept is very tough at the moment, students want to take the topic in the regional language. That's a type of question pattern. Then come to another one is slow mode. Slow mode means some of the topics need to be explained in detailed manner. For example, in computer science, a sheep scheduling algorithm because the problem-oriented area. Second one is in commerce, ratio analysis. It's also a problematic area. In physics, thermodynamics is a tough one. So if a topic is very tough at the moment, the students want to take the topic in a slow mode. At the moment, the staff take more time to teach the topic. That is called as slow mode learning. These are the 4 categories comes under the thumbs up and thumbs down method. Okay. See the flow chart here. Flow chart is given. Flow chart is given here. The process starts. Then a faculty taking the class. Okay, the faculty taking the class in 2 ways. One is offline mode, another one is online mode. Suppose if the teacher taking the class in offline mode at the moment, the students taking the class at the moment, the students has any doubts at the moment. The doubts may be in 4 formats. First one is direct question, repeat the topic, regional language, then slow mode. Listen once again here. Here faculty taking the class. If students rising in doubts at the moment, the doubts may be in 4 formats. One is direct question, repeat the topic, regional language mode, then slow mode. Okay. Then based on the type of the questions, the faculty answer the question. After that, faculty clarifying the doubts, then session comes to end. Suppose when the teacher is taking a class at the moment, if there is no any doubt comes from the student at the moment, the class is directly completed. So the diagram shows the thumbs up and thumbs down flow. See once again here. Here, a teacher taking the class. During the class hours, the students having a doubt at the moment, students raising the doubt in the 4 following formats. One is direct question, repeat the topic, regional language, slow mode. Okay, then here, after based on the question pattern, the teacher clarifies the doubts of the students, then session comes to an end. This is one way. So another way, when the teacher taking class, if there is no doubt comes at the moment, the session directly comes to an end. This is the flow of the thumbs up and thumbs down method. See the diagram carefully. Here, faculty taking the class, then student rising in doubts. Yes means there are 4 types of doubts are available. A direct question, repeat the topic, regional language, slow mode, then faculty clarifying doubts, then session comes to an end. Then if there is no doubt, then the session directly comes to an end. This is the flow of the thumbs up and thumbs down method. Okay. Then come to the pros and cons of the thumbs up and thumbs down method. Here, benefits received immediate students' reactions. Here, the faculty members immediately can receive the students' response. And also, challenges means suppose at the same time, if more number of students thumbs up their finger at the moment, faculty member faces some problem. That's the only one drawback is available. Okay, positivity means here student can teach the faculty here easily solve the issues immediately. That's a positive one. Negative one means if more number of students thumbs up their fingers at the moment, the problem arises for faculty members. Okay, this is the first method. This method is called as a thumbs up and thumbs down method. Okay, then we move on to the second method called as a summative assessment method. Actually, this method means at the end of the lecture, at the length of the lecture, this method is used. So this method is called as summative assessment. The main aim of the method is to evaluate the student's knowledge. Actually, this method is used in the 3 areas. First one is end of the lecture. This method is used. The end of the unit, this method is used. End of the semester also, this method is used. Actually, this method is applicable for both offline as well as online mode. Once again repeated, a summative method is a third type of pedagogy method. In pedagogy, 3 methods are available. One is formative method, interim method, summative method. Formative means beginning of the lecture, you are using some methods that is called as formative method. Interim means in between the lecture, we are using some method that is called as interim method. Summative means at the end of the lecture, we are using some pedagogy method. That method is called as summative assessment. This method is used in the area when we use the method. One is end of the lecture, we can use. End of the unit, we can use. End of the semester, we can use. And also this method is applicable for both online as well as offline. The first one is offline summative assessments. Actually, at the end of the unit, at the end of the semester, we can use three methods. One is a standard examinations, then assessment for student portfolio. The third one is in the semester examination. These are the online summative assessments. One is standard examinations, assessments for student portfolio, then semester examinations. And come to the offline mode. Here we are going to use the two methods in offline mode. One is MCQ pattern. Second one is conducting quiz programs. These are the two offline methods, online methods. One is MCQ, another one is conducting quiz program. Then see the flow diagram here. Start here. Faculty taking the class. Here, if the class is running in the offline mode, then come to the left area. Suppose if the class is taking in the online mode, then come to the right area. First, consider the faculty taking the class in the offline mode. So, at the end of the hour, at the end of the unit, at the end of the semester, the faculty can conduct three types of examinations. One is surface test, assessment examination, then normal examinations. Then only the faculty will easily understand the students' knowledge. Listen here. Here, faculty taking the class. First step, suppose the faculty taking the class in offline mode. Then at the end of the hour, at the end of the unit, at the end of the semester, he follows three types of examinations. One is surface examination, assessment, and exams. From the three examinations, the faculty member easily analyzes the students' knowledge. Then process stopped. Suppose the faculty member taking the class in online mode at the moment, at the end of the hour, at the end of the unit, at the end of the semester, the faculty member follows the MCQ based examinations, then evaluate the performance of student, then comes to the end. This steps here. If the faculty taking the class in offline mode, at the end of the hour, at the end of the unit, at the end of the semester, he uses three types of examinations. One is surface test, assessment, or examination. Then he evaluates the student's performance to the surface test, assessment, and examinations. Suppose the faculty taking the class in online mode at the moment, at the end of hour, at the end of unit, at the end of semester, or through the MCQ based examination, faculty member analyze the student's performance, then stop the process. This is called as summative assessment. For example, see the report. Here, report is here. Here, name of the faculty is given, date is given, class and session is given, student name, subject code. At the end of the unit 1, pedagogy method is summative assessment. Here, motto of the pedagogy method is given, then report given by the student. Here, class, name of the faculty, student name, subject name. At the end of the unit, the student's observation from the unit is given here. This is a report for summative assessment. This is also very much helpful to evaluate the student's performance about the unit 1. The report shows the, at the end of the unit, the report is given by the one student. Here, at the end of the unit 1, here I have attached the learning information from the operating system subject, understood about the basic concept of OS, resource math management, schemes, evaluation of OS in different stages, process states, and its operations. This is given by one student. This is a format for summative assessment. We can change the format also. This is a normal format. Here, student name is given, class is given, and subject name is given, then report is given by the student. This is called as summative assessment. This is called as summative assessment. This is one of the evaluation method. At the end of the unit only, we can use this method. This is a report given by one student. After the end of the unit, one student report is given. See here. Then come to the next one. Okay. Once again, see here. Here, faculty taking the class in offline or online mode. Suppose the class is taking in the offline mode at the end of the hour, at the end of the unit, at the end of the semester. The teacher uses the following one of the test method, the evaluate students' performance. Suppose the teacher taking the class in online mode at the moment, at the end of the hour, at the end of the unit, at the end of the semester, use the MCQ button. The faculty will evaluate the students' performance. This is called as summative assessment. Then here also some merits available, some demerits available. Merits means we can exactly assess the students' knowledge, helps to improve the students' learning capacity. And drawback is take more time to judge the students. So now the drawback from the summative assessment. Okay. Conclusion. In this presentation, we discussed about two pedagogy methods and how they are implemented in the teaching. We have discussed about two methods. One is thumbs up and thumbs down method. Okay. Now we are going to see one of the tool, a TED tool we are going to see. Students in doubt, please. Any queries about the two pedagogy methods? Please kindly post your questions. Participants. Participants, you are having any question, please? Okay, now we are moving to the another method, a TED tool. It's a very simple tool, a TED tool. The tool name is TED tool. That's all. Actually, the TED tool is used for video editing purpose, giving introduction purpose, conducting MCQ purpose, conducting supplementary information purpose, discussion purpose, and conclusion purpose. We use the TED tool. See the demo. Just a minute. Participants, can you view the screen, please? Participants, can you view the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, see here. Simply type an URL area, a TED. It's a tool name. Then click the TED area. Then we are having this screen. Now click the create option. Then click the lesson option. Okay. Then we can retrieve any file from the YouTube. For example, give the bankers algorithm area. Algorithm. Then we can get more number of videos. Just click the video. Then click continue option. Then close option. Then sign in. Listen carefully once again, repeat it, please. Type TED. Okay, this first step. Then click the TED lesson about sharing. Then click create option. We are going to create one lesson. Okay. Then we can get any video from YouTube. Simply click bankers algorithm. The bankers algorithm. Bankers algorithm. Okay. Then click the option. We can get number of videos. Click any one of the videos. Just click the video. Then give continue. Then close the option. See here, click continue. Then close the option. Then click the sign in button. Then continue with Google. Please note it down. Click continue with Google. Then give your username and password. This is the username. Then give the password. Then click the continue option. I already registered, so say here continue. So here the uploaded video is available. So here uploaded video is available. Now we can trim the video. Here uploaded video is available. We can trim the video. Just click the area. It takes more time. Please wait. Okay, here video is added. Then click the let's begin option. Here we can give some introduction about the topic. For example, it's a Banger's algorithm. Banger's algorithm is given. Algorithm is given. Okay, then click save button. So server problem is available here. Here some server problems available. Then think a button. Here two options available. One is multiple choice, another one is open question choice. You can give the multiple choice questions. For example, what is the abbreviation for OS? What is the abbreviation for OS? OS. The answer is here. Type operating system. Operating system. So here two answers are given. Here it's one the right answer. So then we can remove the another options. Then save button here. Click save button. Okay, here the MCQ is loaded. Then the big tip area, you can give the description area typing option questions here. Then click save button. Then I finally give some conclusions. Okay. Then click the publish button. Then click share your lesson option button. Then here type your email ID. Then click the send option. Okay. Now the video is shared to you, and also the questions are shared to you. Okay, you can see the video and also you can answer the questions further. Then I can see the answers from you. Please listen 1 second. First type the TED first step. Then click the TED lessons about sharing. Then the faculty member create a lesson. Create lesson. You can take the video from the YouTube, give some anything, for example, CPU scheduling. Okay, then add this video. Click continue button, then close the area. Then here you can crop the video. Then you can type anything about the topic in the introduction area. In the think area, you can create MC questions regarding the CPU scheduling part. Then dig deeper means you can give some supplementary information about the video. Then discuss means you can give the brief introduction about the video. Then finally you can give the conclusion about the video. After that, you can click the publish button. Then share your lesson here. Type the student's email ID. Then simply click the send option. At the moment, the entire video is shared to the students, and also your questions also shared to the students. Because after students submitting the answer, you can view the students result here. But network is not working clear, that's a problem for here. Okay, this is a TEDA tool. This is a TEDA tool. Okay, students, having a doubt, please, regarding the thumbs up method and the summative method and the TED tool? Is anything you can ask a question answer, please? Participants, please post your questions. Dear participants, if you have any doubt, please kindly post your questions. Kindly ask the question, participants. Dear participants. Yes, please.
Hello, sir.
Please tell me, sir.
Yeah. This is Dr. Syed Rafiq Ahmed from New College speaking.
Yes, sir. Please welcome, sir. Please.
Sir, the thumbs up, thumbs down method, sir.
Yes, sir.
Like QT, accountancy. Okay, subjects like this, whether we have to take any extra efforts or points, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can, sir. Based on the faculty members' interest, we can choose, sir. Actually, commonly 4 stages available, sir. Based on students' faculty members' interest, we can add, sir. It's no issue. There's no limitation for pedagogy method, sir.
Okay. Any other thing we have to add, sir? The same thing.
Yes, we could add, sir. We can add பண்ணலாம், start பண்ணலாம். Okay. Method தான், sir. Add பண்ணி இதுவும் add பண்ணிக்கலாம். Problem கிடையாது. Add பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
Add பண்ணிக்கலாம். Right.
There's no exception கிடையாது.
இல்ல ஏதாவது ஒரு எக்ஸ்ட்ரா இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் ஏதாவது இருக்கா? ஒண்ணும் கிடையாது.
அதான் எதுவும் கிடையாது, சார். மெத்தட் இந்த மெத்தட் தான் ஃபாலோ பண்ண போறோம், அவ்வளவுதான். ரைஸ் அப் ரைஸ் பண்ண போறோம், அவ்வளவுதான். தவிர அது மத்ததும் கிடையாது, எதுவும் ஆட் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
அப்படிங்களா? சரி.
ஆமா. ஓகே. Thank you very much, sir.
வெல்கம் சார்.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
வெல்கம்.
Any participants, any queries, please? Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Participants are kindly turn on your video for the photo session. Kindly turn on the video for photo session. Sri Chandra sir,
Yes,
kindly stop sharing, sir.
No, yes. Kanimali, kindly post the feedback link, ma'am. Kanimali, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, in the snap click ಆಯ್ತಾ?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We can see, sir. Kanimali, ma'am, please.
Siva sir. Siva sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you can give the vote of thanks, sir.
Okay, madam. Thank you. So, good morning, one and all present here. On behalf of Department of Computer Science, SRM IST Ramapuram campus, I would like to thank the management for encouraging us to conduct the PDP. Also, I express our sincere thanks to our respected Dean, SNH SRM IST Ramapuram campus for his dynamic support and valuable advice to this program. And also I extend special thanks to Vice Principal, Admin and Academic for their regular support and encouragement for this event. Also my sincere thanks to our HOD, Dr. S. Sumarani, for her support and encouragement for this event. Also, I express our sincere thanks to our resource persons for wonderful session today. And also express my sincere thanks to co-convener of this event. Last but not least, express our grateful thanks to all the participants from various colleges for this wonderful session. Thank you once again.